Good, bring it in, guys. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Another opportunity to come out here and train and showcase yourselves, right? We're playing guys that have played at a really high level, really competitive game, okay? Just make sure that the heads are turned on, guys, okay? Have a good session. Let's go, let's go. Good. Connect. Good. 2, 3, 4. Good try, good try. You yelling at guys, getting in shape. Now you command it. Come on, Bento. Come on, Bento.
I think the best piece is getting to know the kids. I mean, from such a young age, you're starting to see these guys. They're like preteens into full-on teenagers into young adults, and then seeing those guys flourish at either at a USL level or a first team level, I think is the satisfaction that I get. And having a piece of their development. Obviously, a lot of these guys are self-motivated and things like that, and we're just giving them a guide. So I would never say like, hey, yeah, I developed that one player. I'm just a part of their journey.
6 passes. Hey guys, 6 passes, then you can push into whatever box is open. Does that make sense?
What's up, guys? Connor Lode here. Today with Sammy Castellanos, head coach of the U-19 New York Red Bull Academy team. Tell us a little bit about your history, as a player, and how you really got into coaching.
I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, so very close by. I have an older brother, David, who played in Major League Soccer. His journey was a little bit different. He had went down to Central America and then made his move to Major League Soccer, played with Colorado Rapids. I think that was something that was motivating for me inside to kind of chase.
You also represented United States on the youth level.
Yeah, that was incredible. I got my first call up, I think I was about 14 years old, and with guys like Eddie Johnson, Jordan Harvey, I was hoping that would push me into the pro ranks, and it obviously did. I actually got drafted in the Arena Soccer League. My brother calls me, he's like, did you know you even got drafted? I'm like, no idea. So I started to play there, and then from there I ended up going to Honduras. The atmosphere, the culture, playing in Central America is nothing that I've ever dreamt of.
Your brother's coaching at Drexel University, so is this just another inspiration for you to get into the coaching realm?
He was still playing when I was coaching, when I started coaching. I got a jump start on him. I was lucky enough to have an assistant coaching job at the University of South Florida at the time. We're in the Big East, coaching against you and how we're gonna beat St. John's, little things like that. And that's when I decided to, hey, I think maybe the pro academy route is kind of where I'm at, where I can really immerse myself in the culture and just be in soccer, 24/7. And right now, trying to help these guys push on to a first team contract.
That's awesome. So you inspired your brother, so you're giving back on that side of things. That's awesome.
And then from that group, who joins?
Everybody joins.
Everybody?
Yeah.
The defenders defend as well?
The defenders defend.
Okay.
Recover defender. Yeah.
So
I want to give them like one
I would say
clear rule.
I would just complete a pass.
Playing in the academy was, a huge step in my career. Even getting an opportunity to go train with the first team once or twice a summer was incredible. But to have access to John and Ibra in your training sessions and the players are all around them, what does it mean for you, not only as a coach, but for these players to have access to these coaches that they're going to strive to play for at the next level?
I had to take a step back, because both legends, right? Ibra in his own accord and playing all over the world, and Wally, a club legend here.
When the academy wasn't going, that Sammy was in with us at the USL last season, and we got to see what a hard worker was and how easy he was to work with, and conversations day in and day out about training and players was great. And then now, at the end of the season, being with the academy and helping them on my part has been good too, to see what Sammy does when he has the reins. The gap between the 19s and the USL is really starting to get smaller.
I did not want to approach it in a matter where like, hey, you just do this, you do that, and I wanted to make it all inclusive. They have a little bit more experience, understanding the little nuances and helping me, guide the session where it needs to go. The environment right now is just unbelievable. Unbelievable how professional our environment is.
I remember, in our days, changing in public restrooms where you have guys coming out of workouts in the pool and they're walking around you to get in your lockers as he's giving you an emotional halftime talk. What does it mean, not only facility-wise, but all the different programs that the academy is developing?
I always felt that even before I was hired here, when I came on an interview and all that, and you come into the facility, there's a special feel around New York Red Bulls. This year we have 9 drivers and they pick up all the kids from under 16 to under 19. Sala, a brick and mortar where they can actually go and attend school. If you need something before training, we have a meal for it. What do you need? Your pair of cleats broke? We have another for you ready to go. It has a huge influence on the guys, and reminding those guys every single day that it's not like this everywhere else. You don't just get free gear and have one of the best grass fields to play on every single day. Once they kind of understand what it is to walk through those gates, I think those guys start to develop that mindset, and you just see it now leaking onto the game, on how we approach the game, on how we're pressing and all that.
Like, I'm playing it like wide.
You're playing it wide, exactly. As he opens up, can you lead me now into that little space? If that guy's out, yeah, they can get out, and then you're just running. That's all you're doing, okay?
It was the greatest atmosphere ever at the stadium, Red Bull Arena. I mean, I loved going to games, and now that I'm here, I'm looking back and I'm like, that can be me, and it's truly amazing.
Taking myself back to 13, 14 years old. I remember I would go and watch the Metro Stars Academy, and I would play for small local teams in the area and would go watch them, and I would be like, this is like, I might as well have been watching pro.
We're pressing, we're defending forward, and I think people can still get confused about how does it all really work over there, and we're trying to play some good football here.
The information we're getting as first team players is being same information in USL, U-19s, U-17s. Everyone's getting the same information because we have to arm these players with this knowledge, you know? I think that's something that gets misunderstood in our identity, is everyone thinks we're just going all out press at all times. But there's so many little details within that makes us who we are.
Guys, all you need is that little half a yard of space to get a shot off. Put it down and then look into those areas where we can go and then press in those areas, right?
Some good examples is John Tolkien, and kind of getting the feedback from the first team is he knows all the vocabulary. He knows the cues and pressing when to go. Now, how can we take that? We're doing a good job, and now push it to, we're doing an excellent job on pushing players up, and they're actually making impacts right away.
Red Bulls 2 maybe on the break here. 4 running ahead. 2 defenders for now, ball out wide. The strike and through the legs of Butler. It's 3-1 Red Bulls. Edelman strikes for his first.
Right away, I mean, the USL training, that was such a massive difference than the academy level, you know, bigger guys, physical, you're playing with men now, you know. I was just super happy to get my opportunity, and yeah, that's where I want to be.
You got to approach it from a non-soccer type of way. Sometimes we just get too engaged in the soccer. We need to take a step back, and is our culture in place?
What we want to do is set the opponent up a little bit more so you can cut in. So how do you do that? Taking them to the right a little bit more. Once you can start to add that layer, then I think you're good. And then we got to get you built up, bro. You gotta drink your chocolate milk, man. Come on.
Like, I never thought it would be this great, because the coaches, especially John and Sammy, they make sure they actually have time for the players, like, you know, like specifically players. They teach you what to do, they tell you what to do, and all that.
Looking around, you got guys from all different countries assembled here, which is the perfect recipe for success, but really the identity of our market.
You just see it, a kid from Africa, a kid from Portugal, a kid from South America, Central America, and your American kid, and we kind of have this kind of awesome culture that we built.
Red Bulls really pushes you to do better, and the one thing they really ask of you is just work ethic. So in terms of that, I think I've pushed myself more than I ever have before.
Can you come in here and take your ego away? Can you be selfless? Can you have the passion to play and then trust your teammates? And you gotta understand that before we start getting into the nuts and bolts of what pressing really is. Because when you think about it, pressing is trusting the guys behind you. Because I gotta go sprint at that guy, but if the guy behind me is not coming with me, we're gonna get broken down, and our confidence gonna drop, and there's gonna be, it can erupt into something difficult.
They're very strict on the way they do things. I like that because it makes sure your path for development goes up all the time.
So if you're slacking or something, they'll let you know about it. I feel like every day when I come to practice, I get better.
We're trying to prepare you to play against grown men. It's not little boy soccer anymore. It's like, can you make the next step to the USL, into the first team, and being prepared for that.
In the beginning, right, I give you that freedom to kind of joke around. We're playing a little rondo, guys are getting mad, good. And then when it was time to turn on and focus, guys were there. But you can still see, right, how young you guys are. Some of you guys are naive at times, thinking you can get away with a little bit too much. All you guys are still young guys, but you need to be put in those type of experiences to now know what it's like to play at a little bit of a higher level. When you get your opportunity, you go out there and showcase yourself, because you have an opportunity every single day to be showcasing why you need to be here, why you belong here. All right, all good? Good stuff today, boys.
You know, the system as a whole, you know, putting a huge emphasis on youth and, you know, giving guys opportunities, giving them the resources they need to be successful. Where do you see the academy growing from here?
It's a good question. It's a good question. It's growing every year. What I love about Red Bull and what's different is that it's so innovative. And look at your role now. You know, your professionalism that you had, the career that you had, and you being growing up in the tri-state area, perfect man for the job that you're doing. So I think that's the piece that's kind of differentiating us, is that we're starting to stack up all these resources and things for players to kind of have this seamless transition into USL in the first team. And it's only a matter of time till it just becomes a machine, and every single year you're just seeing top guys coming out of the academy to hopefully at some point 30-40% of the team is made up of academy players.